We're going to try this again. Okay. Let's try this again, guys. Hello, welcome to Asana Setup, project setup for end goal success. Okay, guys, let's share our screen. We're going to hop right in. If you're just now joining, we had a problem in the live. I could not share my screen from my Facebook Live for some reason. So I had to come over and hop onto my my Zoom. So let's see here. Hopefully there are no more technical difficulties this morning. It's Friday, not Monday, right? So anyway, so yeah, while I'm pulling this up, I introduced myself in my earlier live that I just did about 2 minutes ago. I'm Maureen Doss, the founder of the Present Mompreneur & Co. group and the owner of the Virtual Workhorse team. We're a team of virtual assistants and operation strategists that help streamline mompreneurs' businesses. Okay, guys, let me go ahead and hop into my Asana. Anything that I show you, I do, if it's anything that has a client name or anything like that, they're aware of it. If not, then I'm not going to be showing it. So let's go ahead and we don't need this up here. So let's get rid of that. Okay. And so basically this is my virtual workhorse back office in Asana. And so I share this, the virtual workhorse one is shared with my assistants that help me in my business. And anybody that comes on my team, they get onboarded through here. All of the files that they need access to are standard operating procedures, which you can see right here is an SOP. I may refer to some SOPs. So just so you know what that means. But basically, when I get a new client, I set up Asana in my Asana for them. And it basically looks very similar to how my own is set up. Okay. Everybody gets an admin management tab here. And what I'm going to do, just so you know, is I'm going to give a brief overview of my Asana, and then we're going to look at a project and create one together and how I do that. Okay. And so underneath my admin management tab, I will have kind of some operating procedures. This is where I will have some logins and things like that. If the client has not shared like LastPass or OnePass with me for their passwords, I will kind of keep up with all of their systems over here as far as, you know, their CRM, their email management, their Zoom, their Gmail, anything that I need to have access to, their calendar link. This is a CRM. This is one of my LinkedIn pods that I'm in. This is my CRM. This is a document that my assistants use weekly to check in with our clients. And so this basically is kind of, we don't really have any tasks assigned over here. This is just kind of where we put everything to kind of house it and keep things organized. Okay. Hello Woofy is my social media scheduler. If you need a social media scheduler, it's amazing. You can schedule everything. You can even schedule blog posts. You can schedule to Google my business, which one of my clients loves that feature. I also do have a code for that if you want to have a discount code, and it's like $99 a month. I mean, a year, excuse me. So anyway, moving on, whenever I get a subcontractor or a new team member, they come in here and they go through the process of onboarding. Okay. And so while I also have, just so you know this, I also have basically my process for that is that they go into Dubsado, my CRM, They fill out my application, and once, we've chatted and I've decided, yes, they're gonna become a team member, and I onboard them, they go through an automated onboarding workflow as far as, welcome to the team. This is what you can expect. This is what I need you to do. And then it links them to this board here in Asana so that they can go through. This is kind of where they're going to get their training. This links them to some training videos, some documents that they need to read, how our processes work at the virtual workforce team and things like that. And then there's a standard operating procedure for how that process actually works. So for every process in my business, I have an SOP. So if it's posting on social media, I have an SOP. Basically, the SOP is our standard operating procedure. It basically gives you detailed information on how to do that task. Okay. The reason that I want to have one of those is for when I onboard a new person, or even if you're bringing on a virtual assistant, you can say, hey, I need you to do this for me. And by the way, here's the SOP. It's all lined out. This is how you do it. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have to train them and teach them a little bit, but instead of saying, it's going to take a little bit longer if you don't have that SOP in place. Okay. And so one day we can just kind of have a video over standard operating procedures and how I organize all of that. But for today's sake, usually each one of these cards will have an SOP in it. And then I also keep them somewhere else all in one place. So I also have a tab for clients and assignments, which this normally would not. This is in mine. This wouldn't be in one of my clients' ones because this is specific to my team members and what client they are assisting. So each one of my assistants has a client or two clients. And so this is how we keep up with who is helping who and things like that. So as you can also see, I'm in here so that I have my own assistants that work for, just on the back end of my business and not for my clients. And so I keep all of that in here. So this is just kind of a general to do. Like if we're not really working on a big project, it's just kind of, hey, can you do this for me? It's kind of a one-off assignment. We just kind of create a to-do list and all of that can go in there. If you have never used Asana before, I'm just going to have to show you this great feature. I have a client that uses this just for this fact. So when you mark something complete, watch it not do it today. Let's see. There you go. You get a little animal, rainbow animal or something that flies across your screen. It's always different. Sometimes it's a narwhal, sometimes it's a unicorn. I'm not really sure what that was that just went by. But moving on, I put most of my discovery calls in here and proposals, and then I have them zapped. So I make notes when I'm on them and I zap it into my CRM so that it goes right into the CRM, into their account, that when they filled out the original contact form, it would have created automatically in my CRM. So here's just a board for instructional information and some passwords. Like if you need some, some of my social media stuff is in here, how to log on to different places. That's kind of over here. And so what I do is some of these things that are like, you'll notice this was never assigned to anybody. They're just told and when I onboard somebody, I say, go here for this information, but don't mark it complete because I always want it to be there for anybody that needs to have access to it. So here is a project that we can look at. It was a webinar series that I did. I have the standard operating procedure for the whole series. It was a 3-part series. And then what I have here is I have it broken down into the three webinars. And so we did the scalable success systems workshop, the client journey, and a streamlined onboarding workshop. And so what I did is basically within these cards, everything that goes with that that webinar or that project is in there. Okay. And so you have access to all of the emails that went out for that particular workshop. All of the to-dos are in there. The links to the graphics are in there. Even though they're organized in Canva, I also have the link to it in here because I use Asana kind of as home base for the business operations. And so while, other things may be scattered in Google Docs, Google Drive, you have most of your stuff in your CRM and things like that. And then in your Canva, like I also want access to the whole bit of information for that one project in one place. And so that's what I use Asana for. So same thing with the client journey workshop. The video that I did is going to be in there. The live that I did would be linked in there. All of the documents, the emails, and people that attended, everything like that would be in that client journey. So the reason that I have it like this is so that next time I say to my assistant, hey, let's run our webinar series again. We have the SOP. It tells everybody exactly step by step on how to do that process, right? Okay, this is week 1. We do scalable success systems workshop. And these emails, here's the sign up form. So they're going to the registration form, they're going to fill that out, and then A, B, C, and D is going to happen. And that the timeline and everything for that to run those workshops are in there. So I do a lot of Dubsado setup as well as some other CRMs. And so here is my project for that. I have the SOP for anybody on my team that is going to be helping me with the Dubsado setup. And we go through the general settings. This is how you do that. And basically, this is the order of how we would set up our Dubsado for our clients. And so that's in here. If I need to come in here at any specific time, all of that information is in here. If I get a client that says, hey, I'm stuck, maybe they're doing more of a DIY process with me. They're like, hey, I'm trying to integrate, my PayPal or my Stripe with my Dubsado. I'm having some problems. I go right in here to integrations and I send them some information. So all of that is in one place. And so we need to have access. That saves us so much time having it accessed here. This is just a board where stuff goes when it's completed. Some of my marketing stuff, I keep my lead magnets in one place, my information for LinkedIn. I usually do kind of like a monthly overview of what we're doing that month for marketing. And then just a general calendar. So kind of all of that is in there. So here's where we'll get into the good stuff. So the movement is my new group program that I offer. I've always had a done for you service, and I've always had a DIY product that people could go into to where, it's a Dubsado DIY. So if you sign up with Dubsado and, I give you the DIY, all the information for you to set it up yourself. Well, so now I'm super excited because I have a done with you program, right? And that's my group where I get to help more moms at one time, because when I do it for them, I can only work with 1 to 2 moms at a time, setting up their systems and streamlining their business. And so now I have the Present Mompreneur movement that actually takes off next Wednesday. I'll give more details for that later, but basically I call it the movement because I want to create a movement of moms who are tired of choosing between work and family. Like, you can have it all and you can do it both well. And I like to show people how to do that by streamlining their business. And so that was a big project that we have been working on for a long time. And so basically, I kind of have it broken up into how we set it up, right? We did, we created the package on Dubsado and created some discount codes this seems like simple information, right? You're like, well, you have to do that anyway, but having it in here is, and not questioning, did I actually do that? Or, I have one of my assistants, Pam, helping me. Did we do that part? We know because we went in order and did did the process, and went through each piece. Okay. So then we have information here, the information for the pre-launch event, which was called, a challenge called Unplugged, which you can also see is over here as a project. We created the group and made the group link. This is the weekly outline. This is the Zoom that we're using. This is where we're keeping all of our sales page, our documents, and our to-do list for the program. Okay. This is some promotional copy in here. And the reason that I have this here is because anytime anyone on my team is helping me with social media or helping me promote a new product or launch or anything like that, we go ahead and we create the copy ahead of time so that they can come in here and use it and repurpose it. And so we'll put, we already have the emails in here. We'll come in here and we'll have, we can create some social media posts from the emails. We can create a blog post, and then we can get some repurposed content from our blog post. So we want the copy available and have it in one place. So when you're doing a project and you're thinking, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and you don't have it all in one place, this is the same thing I tell my clients with their CRM. Your client data is everywhere, right? You're spending so much time looking for it. Let's put it into a CRM all in one place. And so this is like the back end of your business, keeping all of that organized. So this, like I said before, this is kind of like the foundation. This is home base for the business operations. And so this, having it in order here, keeps me and anyone on my team or a virtual assistant that I work to bring on outside from having to say, where's that copy at? Where are those emails at? And so even if they were in a Google Doc, so this would link to the Google Doc. Okay. This is just some more information. And these are some events that are associated with my new launch of the Present Mompreneur movement. Okay. And so this was, we'll go through this one, and then we'll set one up together, and I'll show you how I like to do that. Okay. And so here you go for the Unplugged challenge. This is something that I will run multiple times a year. I always change it up a little bit, and, but I like, it's evergreen. I can use it. After I did the challenge, I actually turned it into an email series for people if they didn't want to get on live and do the 3-day challenge. They could do it at home, and they just signed up, and the emails and the videos went out to them. So, I repurposed that. And so we always need to think about what we can repurpose instead of reinventing the wheel. But basically, here's the SOP. It says exactly how to run the challenge. These were kind of, the daily prompts were big inside the challenge. And so I kind of wrote them out in here separately. And that was, day 1, I believe, was picking a time to turn your phone off and journaling, during that time, what kind of worries and thoughts came up when you were trying to be present in life and not on your phone. And so the daily prompts are in there, and then the emails for the sequences are in there as well. So, and as you can see, I also had like the tasks in here, like go ahead and send out the email for the Unplugged challenge. And so we would assign in these projects, anything that needs to happen is assigned to the team member or to myself. So let's go ahead. We have blog posts here. I don't do a lot of blogging, but they're all linked in here. This is my Dubsado DIY program where everything will be here. And as you can see, the SOP is just in draft format until we finish that up and recreate it. So let's add a section. And let's see. I think a lot of people are going through course launches right now. And so I have several clients that we've revamped courses for lately. I've been working on one myself. I have some business besties that have been creating courses and launching. And so I think let's go ahead and just make our new project like a new course that we are creating. And so let's just let's see here. Course. Let's just call it, let's call it beta course. Okay. As you guys can tell, I'm just totally flying by the seat of my pants on this. Beta course. All right. So we've gotten the name here. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and create these different cards that we need. We're going to put the SOP in here. We're going to have all the docs in here. We're going to have the emails that we need to do. And you guys, you can do all this in one card. I like to see it laid out like this. And then I'll kind of show you how I go from there. So what else do we need? We may be creating some videos. And so what we'll do is we'll create the videos and link them all in here. We also may, be having like module 1, module 2. We'll do 3 modules for time's sake. Sorry, I can't move on without fixing that. Okay, module 2, and we'll say module 3. Okay. Something that we also may like to have in here is kind of like our launch plan, right? And what our launch plan will do is kind of lay out when, we'll have the launch date, when we want to start promoting, how we're going to promote it, what is the email sequence going to go out, and things like that. So what I'll do is I'll move this up because we want to have this up here before. This is fine. We'll have it in here before the modules. Okay. And so what we also may do is come in here and kind of put in, let's just say that we're doing it in Thinkific for this reason. I actually don't do courses in Thinkific. I have created my last 3 courses in Dubsado and Honeybook, which has been amazing. Also Mighty Networks, but we'll call it Thinkific. This is our course platform. So what we want to have in there, we'll actually move this to the top under the SOP, is we'll have our access. How do you access it? Maybe we'll put the password in here. We'll give whoever on our team or a virtual assistant access to actually get in there and create the information. Okay. And so what we'll also do here is we'll go in and let's create a to-do list. Okay. I love to have a to-do list and have it kind of all in one place and in order. So we're also going to come up here and put this towards the top. Okay. And so this is where we're kind of going to start. We're going to kind of lay it out. Like, what is it going to be like? And then we're going to come over here and we're going to go in our to-do list. Okay. We're going to assign it to somebody. Let's just assign it to myself for today's sake. Give it a due date. What's the description? This is to-do list for creation, planning, and launch. Okay. So this is really, we're going to house all of our information in here to go through this entire process, like the creation of the course, the planning of the course, and launching of the course. Okay. You can take that further later on, but I usually say, let's go with these 3 things to start the process. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to start assigning tasks. All right. What do we need to do? Literally, I'm going to do a brain dump, guys, and then I come back and organize it. That is how I work. You can ask some of my clients, like even when we created the course, I'm like, you know what? I should show you one of my things, but literally I do a brain dump. I get everything in there and then I go back and organize it all. And that's just how I work. So I don't want to miss any steps. And so we know that we're going to have to create emails. Okay, we're gonna have to do graphics. We already talked about doing the videos. We may need some help with copy. Let's see here. What else did we talk about? We need to come up with the process of how it's going to flow, like the actual course, not the launch, but the course process. So process course creation, let's call it that. Okay, this later will turn into your SOP. So basically this is an SOP draft of how the course is going to work. Okay, how are people going to sign up? Things like that. And so let's see here. I I always go back if we're doing a course or something, and I like to give it I like to kind of add the aesthetics. Like I get the meat in there, and then I go back and add the salad and the dessert, and make it look pretty and nice. And I try to go through and just be like, okay, this is what we absolutely have to have. Let's get that created. Now let's go back and make it look nice and nice and pretty. So the aesthetics. Okay, so right now we'll go with these. And so now I'm going to kind of just put these in order of how we're going to do it. We're probably going to look at our copy first, make sure that we have the copy down like we want it. If we need to hire someone to help us with that or not, create the emails, graphics, videos. This can kind of come in at a different point, and the aesthetics is going to be one of the last things. What I'll also add in here is testing and final edits. Okay. The reason I'm putting all of this in here is because I'm going to assign dates to this, and this is going to give you a really good overall timeline of your project that you're working on. Okay. And so as you can see, let's say that we are launching in what is today? Let's say we're launching May 1st. Okay. And so today, like we would say, okay, we're launching, let's go with May 5th. That gives us 2 weeks in here to kind of create everything. Actually, I would go probably a month out. So let's say we're going to launch May 15th. Okay. So we're going to launch May 15th, putting that as our launch date. And then, so our copy, we're going to make sure that we start that today. Okay. We're going to start creating some emails, after we get our copy. So I'll put this in for next week. And then graphics, let's get our copy down and our emails, and then we'll start creating some graphics. We actually want to, let's see, we want to start promoting. Let's put that in here too. Whoops, I didn't put it in as a task. Promote. Okay, so let's put that in there too, because we want to know when we're going to start promoting. Okay, and so let's see here. Okay, and so if we're going to launch, let's say on the 15th, we probably want to start promoting on the 1st at least. Okay, that gives us a good 2 weeks. And so you can think, I need to have all this done before I actually start promoting. You don't. That really is how you work best. And so I'll go ahead and I'll leave this like this. And so then I'll say, okay, well, we're going to start promoting. We have our graphics and we have our copy, right? We can start sharing, going live. If you want to add in here live videos or something like that, and put the dates in here that you're going to do it, that's a good idea too. So just for today's sake, we'll go ahead and so you can see kind of like a timeline overview. We really want to have this done. Let's see, we probably want to have this done by May 1st. So, sorry about that. Where did you go? Okay, so as you can see, like we need to move this back up here. We want to kind of have this, both of these on May 1st. That's fine. So these things are going to come kind of towards the end. And so we're going to, I would say I myself would like to have all of that done by the 5th or at least the 8th. And so I would say I would work on aesthetics May 5th, and then I would make sure testing is at least a week before. Whoops. Yeah. So we can put all this kind of on the 8th. Oops. Okay. This is for today's sake. This isn't like, I'm not trying to teach you how to launch a course. I just want to show you how I would set it up. So, okay. And then we're going to make any final edits, right before the course. We're going to give it a once over again. And so I'll probably do that like the Wednesday before. Okay. So as you can see, we have now we have kind of like a good timeline in place for when things need to be done. So then from there, what you would do is go on to assign these tasks to people, and you can do that right here. Like this would be me, maybe I would assign this to Pamela, and on and on and on. Okay. So basically what would happen is after Pam, let's say Pam is creating the emails. After she creates the emails, she's going to come in here and she's going to link them all in here. Okay. And then what we would also do is come into this particular subtask here and say, email series of 7 emails, maybe put the dates for drip campaign, when do we want these going out? Maybe I would give some guidance about, email 1 would be, let's just nurture them and warm them up. Maybe we haven't emailed in a little while. And so I would do that. And then I would, go through email 2. This is be like, hey, did you know I'm working on something new? And I would go through maybe, and then she could get a little idea of what she was writing the emails about. And then she would link the document with all of the emails in here. So within this, I would also do another subtask as, create the drip campaign in MailerLite. Okay. And I would do this in here. And so that way she knows not only is she creating the emails as email series of 7 for a drip campaign, the dates that we want it to go out, but she also needs to then create, after she creates the email, she needs to go in and actually create the drip campaign. And all of that. So I'm trying to think basically and I've kind of told you this already, but I like to have all of the information in here. That's what way it's in one place. We know who's doing what. We have a good overall view of what we need to do, but then we also have a good view of the actual tasks that we need to do to get that completed. And so this list may look different for you. It may be longer, it may be shorter, depending on, how tedious you like to get with your tasks. Like for me, I know that Pam, if I tell her to create a drip campaign, she knows she knows the pieces of a drip campaign that she needs to have, because we've done that enough. So I don't need to go in there and tell her exactly like how to create that. She knows how to create that. But if I did, I would come in here and I would create some more subtasks. But guys, this is just an overall view of my Asana, how I set it up for success with my team. This is what my clients' Asanas usually look like. We set Asana up for all of our clients if they don't already have it. If they're using Trello, that's fine too. I just find that Trello, that Asana works better for me. I've used both in the past. I really just wanted to give you an overall look at how organization can work for you. It can save you time. It can save you stress. You're not going to be looking for everything here and there. Like I said, use it kind of as your home base for your operations. And I think that you're going to be shocked at how it works for you. There's totally plenty of how-to videos out there. Ask me if you have any questions. Of course, there's different views here that you can use. You can do a list. I prefer the board view that we were just looking at. You can do a timeline if you're paying for a certain level and all of this. I run a team of about 5 people usually, and I'm on the free version. I've never had to pay for Asana yet. So it works for me. But one thing that I want you to think about is if we're just organizing the back end of, your operations as far as how to do things, where is everything at? This is the projects that we're working on. This is who is assigned to it. Something I want you to think about. Next week I am launching the Present Mompreneur movement, and I would love for you guys to come on board with me. What we're going to do is we're not only going to streamline this piece of your business, we're going to streamline all of your day-to-day operations. I know it sounds overwhelming, but it's not. I'm literally going to walk you through every single step. Between me coaching you, between the other moms that are going to be in the group that have the same goals as you, which are going to be like creating, an abundant, profitable business that takes care of you and your family while raising your family. You do not have to pick. You do not have to say, I can't run a business right now because I want to be present with my family. I'm going to raise my kids first. I'm going to wait until they get a certain age. Or B, I already have a business and I need to scale it, right? I'm to a point where I can't keep doing it all, but I don't have any more time in the day to scale this business and to make it what I want it to be. I'm here for you to tell you that I can help you create that system in your business so that you can set up your business to live for you and not you living for your business. I do not want anybody to be the glue to their business. That means you cannot step away from it without it falling apart, right? And so I want you to have that abundant life where you can step away from your business and the back end processes are still happening, right? You don't have to worry about that when you sit down to dinner. You can put your phone down and not constantly check your emails to see if Susie paid her invoice or if your new client got onboarded. And things like that. So what we're going to do in the movement is we're going to take 12 weeks and I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to streamline your business. We'll go through your CRM and evaluate if we can optimize it or if we need to move on to a new one. And we'll integrate all of your systems together so they're talking to each other and eliminate that double data entry or sometimes triple data entry of I have all this stuff in 10 different platforms in my business. We're going to narrow that down and streamline it for you. I don't want you to be the button pusher in your business anymore, meaning that nothing happens unless you push a button. I don't want that anymore. So let's take care of that. I'm only taking a very few women because this is a very personalized program. Because we look at your life, your ideal mompreneur lifestyle, and we design your business operations to live for you. I don't want you to have to live for your business, guys. I have a $250 off discount if you use the code UNPLUGGED. By Monday at midnight, you can get $250 off, making the course only $1,500 for the 12 weeks, guys. This is amazing because the value is over $4,800. Not to mention what you're going to get in your life, which is more time with your children, more present time in life, and that is priceless. So guys, schedule a call with me. Let's see if you're a good fit for this program. If you're at that point where you want to scale your business, you want to grow your business, but you don't know how that's possible because you also want to be present with your kids and not miss a beat with them growing up. I did the same thing, guys. I perfected these systems. I put them in place in my business almost a decade ago. My daughter had gone through brain cancer treatment. I could not work 15-hour days. I needed to be flexible. I had to be able to step away from my business at a moment's notice and not know how long that was going to be. And I still needed the back end of the business to run. I still needed invoices being paid. 2 weeks ago, I was on vacation. Invoices were paid while I was gone. I didn't have to send those out. The money was coming in while I was on vacation. My clients were being taken care of. New leads were coming in. They were being nurtured. They were getting to schedule a call, receiving a welcome information packet from me. New clients were being onboarded while I was gone without me having to push the buttons. And I want to do that for you guys. So come on board, join the movement of moms who are tired of choosing between work and family all the time. We can do it both, and we can do it well, guys. All right, join the movement by Monday at midnight, $250 off with the code unplugged. Schedule a call with me if you're still unsure. I've shared a lot of information about my new program, but if you need a back end look, if you want to see how it's going to be personalized for you and how it can change your life, schedule a call. I will put both of those links in the comments, guys. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for giving me grace when I was trying to go live first and could not get my screen to share. I love you all. Have a great day. Happy Friday. Join, go into the weekend with some present, the presentness on your mind and how you're going to be present this weekend for your family, and put your phone down, put your computer away, and try to be fully present. Okay, guys. Bye.